Hello, welcome back to Down the Track. This is our last team that we're going to discuss ahead of the IPL auctions. It's a kind of biased kind of episode. This is going to be. I have with me my co-host Abrar Aziz, and we are going to discuss the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Plenty to talk about. We love this team, but I think last year we saw a bit of issues. They did come eighth place. They got rattled a bit, and then no David Warner and no Rashid Khan going ahead in this auction. I will be surprised if David Warner does get picked. If they do bid for him, I don't think he will go to Sunrisers Hyderabad. But Rashid Khan obviously has been retained by Ahmedabad, so it's going to be an interesting auction. They've retained three players. They've retained. Don, I got you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they retained three players: Kane Williamson, they've retained Abdul Samad, and they have retained Umran Malik. I was paused in the last one, but I remembered his name this time. Most biased team, 100%.
100%. You guys will agree with me. You guys will say a lot
I'm
of
not
questions.
embarrassed about it. We're Orange Army all the way.
I think we haven't criticized them enough.
Here in Sanjay Manjrekar and Sunil Gavaskar's voice and commentary on Mumbai Indians are doing well. So
yeah.
Also be...
And also, honestly, I think we haven't criticized them enough for the retentions. I think Samad and Malik, although good future prospects, not at all proven. Kane, of course, was a good shout, but I think in terms of retention, I think that they'll be extremely disappointed with the way they've gone about their business. They definitely gave Rashid Khan a contract. He didn't agree to it. It's just upsetting that he agreed to another contract with Ahmedabad. I feel like if 15 was his deal, I should have given him 15. I'm pretty sure Kane would have agreed to even 12 as a second option. So they would have. I think going into the auction with Rashid Khan in your team would have really helped. But of course, it's not easy. It's unfortunate, but I'm still very excited, obviously, and I've given them, in my opinion, I think the best simulation because I've manually edited it several times, so that's why it's just I can't help it.
I have a question though. If you look at that incident with Warner, Rashid Khan, everything with Warner, like okay, fine, it was they sacked him from captaincy. It was already a bridge too far. But with Rashid Khan, you're talking about 15 crores. How did Ahmedabad give him and Pandya both the same amount?
You're allowed to give. You can give how much of a more you want because that goes from your point. But you can't give less. So, like for example, I think the way it works is like for example, you have to it has to be 16, 12, 8 and 4 if it is depending. But you can negotiate whatever contract you want with the players. But if the only thing is you can't go more than 4 for uncapped players. That's the only rule. You can give how much ever you want to anybody. And 20 is I think the max limit or something.
Mm-hmm. But when
that's kind of how it works.
Manish Pandey.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I feel as well. Abdul Samad and Umran Malik, not the greatest retentions, just because they're not proven, and you're paying 4 crore. They would have gone less if you. I'm sure someone like Umran Malik is a really good buy. But again, it was 4 games. I understand he bowls 150 kilometers per hour. I understand he will hurry batsmen. But if you're playing on Indian pitches, the pace will help as well. If you look at it, we've seen fast bowlers come and go in India, get smashed. So I think that's something that they should have thought about. But only time will tell, right? This might just be a genius move. Well, 4 crores for both of them.
I think the fact. Sorry about that. I had to cut you off, but I think the fact that the calamity came just before a big auction was the biggest problem. The fact that Trevor Bayliss lost the dressing room, there was a lot of fight with David Warner. Rashid Khan doesn't like it. If this was a season before, they could have really reset everything, come back into the auction a little bit stronger. But the fact that it happened last year creates a lot of problems. Now it's a little bit more of a bigger responsibility for the team that comes in now to take care of the auction and stuff like that. But I like the fact that they got Moody back at the helm. They've given him very good support. They give him Dale Steyn, they give him Hemang Badani. Don't rule this man out. I know he doesn't be talked about a lot. I think he's had a very average Indian career as well, but this guy is a shrewd player. He's gone about his business in the Sri Lankan Premier League and in the Tamil Nadu Premier League as winners of both the thing. He knows his way around the South players and stuff. So he'll probably bring in some very shrewd options. Looking forward to how they go about their strategy. This time they have Brian Lara, who's apparently the strategist, which is interesting because I didn't think of him as that kind of a guy. Then, of course, they have the likes of Simon Katic and who's the other guy? Mutai Muralidharan, who's been there with them for a while now. So it's good to see that things are looking front. They're trying to like reset the family kind of business back, because last year was a turmoil for them, and they need to forget that quickly.
Will it be a too many cooks spoil the broth kind of situation?
I think not. I think I know everyone knows Moody is the main player. I think the fact that a Dale Steyn comes in as a bowling coach, and then Brian Lara is probably your batting coach. You have an assistant coach in Simon Katich. I think the roles are very clearly defined, and Hemang Badani and Brian Lara come in as strategists for the auctions and stuff like that. So I think that the roles, as long as the roles are defined and people don't come in the middle of that, I think we're okay. I don't think we'll see too much of Brian Lara on a daily basis in the game as well. I don't think he's going to be sitting in the dugout. He might. He might. I'm not saying that he won't completely, but I don't think he's going to be involved in decision making after the auction is ready and done with.
Yeah, and just a question that I have, we've discussed this million times off air. Basically, the strategy that they go with the foreign heavy approach in terms of batting and then an Indian heavy bowling attack. Do you see something like that again? And Tom Moody is someone who does have a good eye for talent. He's the one who picked up Rashid Khan all those years ago when he was young, and not many people were after him in the auction. So, do you think they would go with that kind of approach where you have like a top heavy foreign batting lineup and a more Indian heavy bowling lineup?
Yes and no, but Indian bowling will be difficult to pick up in this auction. So I think they'll need. I've gone with a little bit more of a foreign bowling option, and more like Indian batsmen in the middle. I don't know how much that's gonna go down well with Vinay and Punter and these guys who's probably sitting here at home waiting for this team to
I
criticize it
already got
already.
the comments, biased people relegating SRH. SRH is going to finish last year. But now the thing is, I already know what you're going to pick in your team, so I'm really laughing at that idea. Don't you think the management is the biggest concern for SRH? That was the concern last season with Trevor
When
Bates was
base.
and honestly, he was. I think he was a good shout at that time, but clearly it didn't work. There was some problems, and now the management's changed. Now Don mentioned they've got Brian Lara, they've got Dale Steyn, they've got Muttaya Muralidharan, who's there from before. There is
Simon Katich, Tom
Simon
Moody.
Katich, there is Himang Badani. It's completely changed now, and Tom Moody is the constant though. So Tom Moody knows this franchise. He knows how the owners work. First of all, he knows what amount to spend, what kind of players to get, and he's been here, done that in this situation. So and he wasn't there last season. I think he was a director of cricket, but he wasn't really he didn't have the control that Bayless did last season.
I think the fact that they had a too many quick spoil the broad kind of situation last time. I think this time, as long as the roles are well defined, as long as Tom Moody is the decision maker at the helm, that's what we need.
Yeah, and I've said this a lot. I think they've all heard this. That they made the playoffs like in 2000 from 2016 to 2020. They made the playoffs every
One
single
bad
year.
year. Yeah.
So they had one bad year, so you can't really blame too much. It happens. Chennai came last as well, right? So you can't really blame that much. But honestly, they are a team that they'll have to buy well. Otherwise, they might just go under the table, and we don't know what's gonna happen with them. But they'll have to buy well. So let's hear your team.
Oh man, I'm sorry in advance to our viewers. Kishan Tripathi, Kane, Rusi.
Yeah, go again, please.
I'm going to Ishan Kishan, Rahul Tripathi, Kane Williamson, Rusi van der Dusen, Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, Washington Sundar, Adam Zampa, Avesh Khan, Loki Ferguson, Umran Malik. Why bring ahead? I think it's a fair team. I think we have the bigger purse. So the impact players are going to be Ishan Kishan, Washington Sundar, and Avesh Khan. Everyone else is budget buys.
You got Abhishek Sharma back again.
Yeah, that's the only player I've gotten back from the team, to be honest.
So again, the batting will be a bit top heavy with if you go with that situation, Rasi, Kane, and Ishan Kishan and Tripathi, it will be top heavy. You want to hear my team?
Yeah.
Top of the head right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Ready?
Go.
Vinay Singh, nice wish list. Listen to this: Jason Roy, Ishan Kishan, Kane Williamson, Vander Dusen. You still with me?
4. Okay.
How many foreigners do I
You
have?
have 3 already. So what are you going to do now? You have Jason Roy, Kane, and Rusi.
Yeah. You want me to go a bit more fair, or you want me to go wild? Okay, Shreyas Iyer, number 5. Abhishek Sharma, 6. No. What's his name? Abdul Samad, 6. Number 7, Rishi Dhawan. Number 8, Deepak Chahar. Number 9, what's his name, bro? Uh, Yuzvinder Chahal.
Uh,
Number 10, Kagiso Rabada. And number 11, Umran Malik. That's a wish list.
बाकी पूरों को खुदाफिज बोल के घर को चले जाओ बोलो.
That is a wish list. What you did actually was kind of more fair.
I think I've been a little biased towards it. I think that I gave them one more player than they deserve. So, but that's why it made so. But that's those were manual edits on my simulations. A lot of the teams just what the computer spit out, I picked up. But this one, I went in, I changed a few things, and made like life a lot more difficult.
But I'll tell you one thing. I've seen them in the last 4 or 5 years. Rashid Khan, I think, has been unbelievable. But at the same time, I think where they were the best was in 2016, and they had Mustafizur Rahman, Ashish Nehra, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who were if those 12 overs, the economy average would be 6.
Yeah.
That would be the average economy, and they were picking up wickets
Yeah.
in the beginning and in the end, even in the middle overs. So I think that's what you need. I think you need a really good fast bowling attack. Obviously, Rashid Khan was outstanding and stuff, but what is he going to do in the death overs? What is he going to do in the with the new ball? He's not making that impact, right?
Yeah.
He's making an impact. He's picking up wickets in the middle overs. He's getting things. But then what was happening was then, Siddharth Kohl comes and gives like 10, 15 runs. Someone like Sandeep Sharma gives like 20 runs in the over. So it loosens the pressure. So I think you need 3 quality fast bowlers and go from there. It doesn't have to be, you can have one Rabada. You can have someone else as well. You can have it doesn't have to be you can have a Shivam Mavi or a Nagar Koti, someone who might not go for as much.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree. I think.
Honestly, for the spinner, I don't mind if you don't go too heavy on a spinner.
Yeah, I think Adam Zampa will be a decent buy. The likes of maybe like a Hasaranga, he's a good shout. You can try him out. Maybe who else is there? They have Adil Rashid is an option. Rahul Chahar will probably be a little bit more expensive than these guys. But maybe go for who is he? Shakib Al Hasan, he's an option. He can give you overs with the bat as well. He can give you runs with the bat as well. So there are some options, but I think you're right. Avish Khan, Lockie Ferguson, Umran Malik, good fast bowlers. You need good fast bowlers to win your tournaments.
Yeah, and they have the second biggest purse, so you can go for players.
They can go for players, yes. But obviously, like Punjab, I think a lot of people will try to jack up prices for any player that Sunrisers kind of pick in. Because there is a lot of money available there.
And you don't think they're going to bid for David Warner?
I think they might. I honestly think they might, but I think they will probably have like a limit, and I think he'll go over the limit because a lot of other teams need captains, because here Kane is captain sorted, done and dusted.
Yeah,
but that is not going to be changing.
Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow.
I think good shouts again. I think especially Jason Roy after this, he's going to be a hot pick. If you're going to get a backup kind of a batsman in Jason Roy, then it's not worth it. If you're going to play him from day one, then of course, if he comes in your plan A, then of course you go for a big bid for him. But it depends on who you go as your number one. Your plan A, does Jason Roy fit in that plan A? Are you going to look for a middle order batsman because you already have Kane? Are you going to look for an opening batsman? Are you going to look for bowling options? So you have only three foreigners to pick now because Kane's always going to play. So you have to work with that. I think that's why you need to go for a little bit more of an Indian strength. And then obviously add to that, kind of make your cake with the Indian players and then add the flavoring with the foreigners. That's what I would do.
Yeah. And, can you repeat your middle order again?
5, 6, and 7 is Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, and Washington Sundar.
So, you've been saying you need a good Indian middle order. That's the thing.
I agree. I think again here also middle order is a problem, but that's with every one of my teams except maybe even Mumbai. I don't think any of my team has a fantastic middle order. That's going to be the fight.
Is that because of a lack of
options? Yeah,
Indian players who are good middle order batsmen.
Yep, that's probably the problem. Most likely the problem. Yep.
Go heavy at the top, man.
And if you want, you bring in like a middle order finisher. You want a finisher in likes maybe the likes of what's his name, Roman Powell has been doing well, or Dwayne Shepherd has been doing well. West Indies, because they played recently, they come to mind. Rashid Dhawan for that matter. These guys have been doing well. So you have some options. Dwayne Bravo probably past his prime. There's lack of options even in the foreign aspect of things, because anyone who's good, like for example Stoinis, he's retained. For example, let's say who else is there? Jaddu, one of the best ones, retained. Hardik Pandya, retained. You don't have Moeen Ali, retained. So these are the problems. Anyone who's a good all-rounder finisher is already retained.
Yeah, and also, there's some really good mid-order batsmen who perform really well for their country. But for the IPL, they've struggled a bit. In UAE conditions, they've struggled. Some perform well in India. To be very honest, if there's games in the Wankhede or in Mumbai, I think someone like a Livingston will smash it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Some
shout. Yeah, I
decent
think that's why
defenders.
I think Delhi should be very happy with the way they've come across in the batting in my simulations. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mitchell
but
Marshall, Punt, and Livingston at 3,
yeah.
4, and 5.
But in the UAE in general, these guys, these big hitters, do kind of struggle.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe not Pollard, but these kind of players who like the ball coming onto their bat, they kind of struggle. Especially the West Indian batsmen and Puran, Hetmyer, and these guys.
yeah, for sure. I think that's why I think Puran Hetmyer, these guys will be good big picks because most of the IPL, of course, after COVID and everything, hopefully, like when normalcy returns, I think will be played in India for the most part.
Yeah. Ashish is saying, I won't be surprised if SRH goes for Ishan Kishan.
I think that's why I think that they will go for Ishan Kishan. I still think that they will. I think that if especially if Punjab goes for big money for Shreyas Iyer, I think then you have Ishan Kishan as your next bet, and then the second highest cap as well, right? So you can afford to put in like a throw in like a 15-16 CR on a player like Ishan Kishan.
I would honestly if I would probably go bowler heavy, to be very honest with you, and then invest in batsmen who are available. Build your team around your bowlers,
I think that's a
and
good shout.
go from there. Particularly, I've just seen the recent template. You don't even need to look at Sunrisers with what I mentioned in 2016. Even if you look at Mumbai Indians, Bolt, Bumrah, and then Delhi, Rabada, Nokia. Those 8 overs make such a big difference. So I just feel that if you sort that out, you have a decent spinner and you have a decent third change. I think that really helps. And then, of course, you need to have a good batting lineup, but you can kind of adjust in the good top order.
Yeah, I agree. I think 100%. No doubt
Yeah,
about that.
let's see how it goes. Anything last you want to add? Anything else? We've covered all the teams in the auction. So, anything else you want to discuss?
No, just again, these were based off of very basic simulations that I've done. I've tried to be fair. I know I've been a little bit biased towards Sunrisers. I really hope that in the coming seasons we'll be able to do more of these kind of things. Do like mock auctions and stuff like that. That'll always be fun.
Yeah, the Robin Walia's in the house saying, "Great job, Mustafa Ismail. Thank you, buddy." But yeah, I think done for you. You've done a really good job amazing job with all the simulations. Yes,
I
it
don't know
takes
about
a lot
that.
of effort as well. If bias is there, that's completely fine in my opinion. But yeah, you did a really good job. It was fun. All the simulations had a lot of fun, and it's not easy to think about it. It's fun, but at the same time, you still have to think about it, right? And you've been working hard on it, so that was excellent stuff. What are you most looking forward to in the auction?
Uh, Most looking forward to trying to figure out an excuse to give to my family so that I can watch it.
I want to see who's going to take out the bail from the bag.
Yeah,
That's
I'm most looking forward to how these two new teams will perform. I feel like from the thing I'm just most looking forward to it being over so that I don't keep thinking about it.
yeah.
So there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to it. And I'm glad it's in 2 days. And
When I
yeah,
saw that Ahmedabad's team now called the Gujarat Titans,
Titans.
from nowhere to now, I think they might just win. They'll be the next Chennai Super Kings. That's just the feeling that I got with that name.
Yeah.
Uh, are you doing the game like yesterday? Oh, we know how to play a game.
Ooh, let's go, Vinay. Let's go.
Am I the auctioneer or you're the auctioneer?
Okay, I'll auction this time. I'll give you some
You have to go
shrewd picks.
1 crore, 1 crore, 2. Can I hear a three? Can I hear a three? No, no, four, four,
Utta
four,
time
four,
nahi hai,
four.
Baba.
Yeah, you have to do it like that. Yeah, six, six, six. Vinay, do I hear a seven? Do I hear a eight, eight, nine, 10
When
crore?
we'll
10
we'll do
crores over
we'll
to the man on the left.
Okay, we'll do that next time. But I'm gonna give you five six names. I want to see what you think about them. Okay, my first name is Ajinkya Rahane.
Not sold.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, he can
Okay,
come in that speed auction when they go 1.5, 2. He can come in that.
okay. Yesterday you didn't ask me this, so I'm gonna ask you this. Dhawan
8 crore.
two.
Oh, 8 crore. Um, to Kolkata Knight Riders.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna give you one other. You give me
Yeah, I think that's a good shot. Punjab Kings, Ashish is saying. I think that's a good shot, 8 crores. But I have someone. Yeah, I think that's a good shot.
Liam Livingston.
Leaving Livingston, 6 crore to Ahmedabad.
Mitchell Marsh.
9 crore Gujarat.
Ooh. Ahmedabad, basically. So you're giving
Yeah,
them Mitchell Marsh and Livingston for 15. Wow. Good shout.
yeah.
Rishi Dhawan.
Rishi Dhawan, 5 crore Rajasthan.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you some bigger names. Bolt.
12 crore Punjab Kings.
What the hell? That was a surprise. Okay. Then let's see who else I have.
Robin,
Abhishek
why do
Sharma.
you think Livingston will go more than Mitchell Marsh? I don't know, man, because the thing is, especially if it's in the UAE, Mitchell Marsh was man of the match, was
But
it in
most
the
likely they're saying Mumbai, so
series? But still, I think Mitchell Marsh provides
with the
both
ball
bat
as well,
and
and more with the
everything. I
ball. I
don't
mean,
think he can also both spin, but I just feel that Mitchell Marsh just provides, and he's more proven. The only thing is with Livingston is he is an amazing, he's a beast, but he hasn't proven it in the IPL yet. Mitchell Marsh has played the IPL more, and he has experience in these conditions.
I agree. Abhishek Sharma.
Abhishek Sharma will go. I think this guy will also go 3 crore. I think he can go Punjab. He's Punjabi, right?
Yeah.
From Delhi.
No, Punjab.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. Paddy Cummins. After his fiery statement back
Yeah,
at
what the hell was that? I didn't agree. I didn't understand what was happening. The man just won, like the coach won you the T20 World Cup Ashes, and then he resigned. Pat Cummins. This is not going to be a favorable thing with amongst everyone, but I think he'd go 9 crore. He'll go Mumbai Indians.
ooh,
Because they need a replacement for Bolt. So if they don't go with Bolt, I think they'll go with Cummins.
Vijay Shankar, last one.
Vijay Shankar can go, Vinay's favorite team, Delhi, can go for 20 lakhs.
His base price is 50.
What's his base price?
50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. Yeah, he'll go for 50
No,
lakhs.
actually, I think 1 CR, I think base price, if I'm not wrong. Never mind.
But the thing is, he's disappointed me, man. Like, I thought he'd be. I felt he was a good batsman, plays straight, proper shot and everything. I just didn't feel that he lived to the expectations. Satnam is saying Abhishek Sharma is from Amritsar, Punjab.
Yeah.
Karan's best friend, Abhishek Sharma.
Yeah.
Uh,
Natarajan. Give me Natarajan's price.
Natarajan will go for because he got injured. I'm pegging it down a bit. 6 crore. I think he can go for more, but 6 crore he'll go Chennai Super Kings.
भाई हैदराबाद को देते हैं नहीं देते हैं?
No, I asked more players. I'll tell you.
What? I'm getting
You're not
running out
asking
of.
the players. Hyderabad, I told you. Shreyas Iyer is gonna come. Ishan Kishan is gonna come. Rabada is gonna come. You have to ask those level players. I'm biased.
Okay. Who else is there? What is his name? Harshal Patel.
Oof. I even had him in my Hyderabad draft team. But yeah, Harshit Patel will go. This guy's gonna go for a lot of money, I feel, man. I think he'll go 12 crore. Who did I give Punjab, the bowler? Bolt, right? Yeah,
You
get rid
give
of him. I
Bolt.
think Bolt will go 7 crore to RCB. This guy, Harshal Patel, will go 12 crore to Punjab.
7 to RCB.
It's
12
Bolt.
to Punjab. Okay.
I think he'll
Okay,
go
I'm
for
going to
that.
ask you Devon Convoy.
Yeah, he'll go. What's his base price?
1, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 1 crore. Yeah, 1 crore to Mumbai Indians.
Bah, finally, you had one team that I put in.
Yeah, take Vinay in your team.
Prasid Krishna, give me the last one. I'll stop it at unlucky number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I'm going to ask you two more. So Prasidh Krishna and then one more after that.
Prasidh Krishna, the other team, that Lucknow,
For?
for 7.5, 8 crore.
Okay.
I'm giving a bit too much, I think.
Yeah, I think you're giving a little too much, but it's okay.
Almost
uh,
free money.
and then last but not least, Mark Wood. I've gone bowling heavy on you.
Mark Wood.
His base price is 2 CR.
He could go to either a KKR or Rajasthan. Maybe a Rajasthan for like, how much is base price?
2.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 crore to Rajasthan, maybe.
I think he'll get more.
What will happen is a lot of Indian fast bowlers will be in demand, and Mark Wood won't go for as much money, but I think he's still a very useful bowler. But he has the pace. He's bowled well in India. I remember the last series, the T20 series, he troubled the Indian batsmen. India did lose a couple of games in that T20 series. I think they won those two games that they lost. Mark Wood, even Jofra Archer had a very good impact. If I'm not mistaken, Archer played that series, but I know Wood bowled really well. So he's somebody like who might go like Wood, Ferguson, Rabada, of course we know, but these foreign fast bowlers, especially with this mega auction, they might go under the radar, but they might be useful picks.
I think so. I agree. Completely agree. I think you gave him only 3. I think he might just get 4, 5 as well.
Because then you have Ferguson, you have Rabada, you have so many other players as well that you'd want to pay more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's probably in option D and E of a lot of players. And then if they can't make A, B, or C, then he becomes a priority pick. Then he might just go for a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, Don. Let's end it with some very quick predictions. Who's gonna be the most expensive player in this auction?
Shreyas Iyer, 17 CR.
17 CR. Okay, and who's gonna pick? Who's
Him,
gonna pick
Punjab.
who's gonna pick the best team in your opinion?
Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Okay, and who is going to spend the least amount of money?
CSK.
CSK.
They'll spend about 46, which is their limit is 48. So they'll spend about 46. That will be the lowest of the lot.
Which foreign player will be the most expensive?
Rabada, 14 CR.
And which two teams are going to fight in the auction, like go crazy bidding war?
It's going to be 4 teams. It's going to be Delhi, Hyderabad, Punjab, and KKR.
Okay.
No. Sorry. Not KKR. Remove KKR. Bring in Lucknow.
Lucknow. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting auction because there's going to be 10 teams now, so it's going to be confusing. There's going to be teams who might not be happy coming out of the auction. There's going to be some teams going to be extremely happy. It's going to be very interesting. I think the way the dynamics will be in this auction. I can't wait to see the people who are going to pull out the bails. I can't wait to see the auctioneer as well, and how the teams go about it. Like all the teams, I just like this kind of concept. I know it's not the most popular, but it's just fun to see the strategies. You have to think a lot in this. Normally we're just like toss and let's bat and bowl, but here you have to look at the business side of things. You have to look at price, you have to look at what the brand value the guy will give. Where can you what can you do in terms of money, like better in terms of like, can you get somebody for a bargain, and what else can you do, what can that player get for you, not just medals but other things as well, in in terms of marketing and everything. So it's going to be very interesting.
12 p.m. Indian Standard Time in 2 days time on 12th.
Yes.
And 1:30 a.m. in New York time, where I am going to be. I'm going to be ready for it.
Where a lot of our
where a lot of friends are going to be. And for you, Musti, it's going to be at a very decent time, at least in the first half of it. Yeah, first half of it will be decent, and then you can go to sleep around after 6 hours.
No, I'm excited. I think I remember the first auction very clearly, and this is going to be.
I think I'm gonna kill myself to try to stay awake at least till Ishan Kishan is picked, which is at number 30 something.
That's
so that's probably
thing, right? I think the people in North America can see at least the first batch, and you'll see, and then Ishan Kishan comes a bit later, but you'll get to see a lot of players getting picked. And honestly, there's going to be players also who are going to get unsold. So don't be too disheartened. There's also they're going to be put
in the second round. Yep.
And I think everything's going to happen. The drama's going to happen the first day, though.
First few hours. I think first 2-3 hours will give us a lot of indication of who's happy and who's not.
Yep, and make sure you guys tune in with us. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. It's going to be. I'm sure you can come and make fun of us also in terms of what Hyderabad buy and don't buy. But if they get one amazing player, that's it. I'm not going to shut up all day. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Don, if hopefully I'll catch you. If not, I'll catch you after to get your reaction for the IPL auction.
If I'm not able to come on air, I'll make sure I give you my messages off air so you can let Punter, Vinay, and these guys know.
Yeah, let's get them on as well. Even if you're coming on, let's get all of them on. So we have
Absolutely.
get different flavors. Right now, this is very Hyderabad thing, and I love it. But let's see what they have to say as well.
Absolutely, I agree.
So let's see what they have to say in terms of.
Punter, Vinay, I'm taking your numbers from Musti so that I can let you know if any of my players get picked.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, and take care of yourselves. Enjoy the auction, and catch you on the flip side. Take care, Don. Really good work, man, and enjoy the auction.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.